Good evening, all. I think let me do this.
Good evening, financial modelers. I know today has been a long day, being a Monday, but we always need to stick to our programs, and that's the most important thing. Those are secrets of success. No matter how painful it is, I think you always need to work according to your commitment, honor your commitments, and this is what we are doing. As you can see, I'm still in the office. I've been here. I think I reported around 4 in the morning, and I'm still around. And we'll have to, unless something comes up, which takes the priority of what we are doing here. But otherwise, I'll continue committing myself, and you should also do the same. Last Saturday, we started a topic that we needed to finalize on which is module 5 on the dates, and we'll do it today. Date and time functions. So we're going to start from the word go, because creating timelines is the bedrock of financial models. Any bankable financial model needs to have structured dates. And it's just very important, because any adjustments that you make in terms of the timing has an impact on your construction, has an impact on commercial, has an impact on when you're actually going to make your first drawdown, has an impact on financial close. So it is very important that we know how to model debts. These financial models, they can be as complicated, anything that you have never seen before. Because if you are dealing with project financing, it means that these projects, they have an economic lifespan, probably of 25 years. That is the operational part of it. But you have construction phase, which can even take as long as 7 years, 5 years, 7 years. Hinkley Point in the UK, it took so many years, so many years. We have our own Batoka. It has taken so many years in just developing Batoka, even before you go to construction phase. So what you'll be learning today, it is actually very key it acts as a backbone of a financial model. So go to the master timeline. Here, I'll first introduce an important function. It's called EO month. It's basically end of month. So usually what you would actually see in financial models, there'll be 2 columns in terms of dates, 2 rows in terms of dates. Most of the bankable financial models, you'll see the start date and the end date. Though I've put end of month, but ideally you'll find end of date, yes. So if it's annual, for example, if it's annual, here do like this to be equals end of month. Let's do it together. Equals the end of month. Click on R3, where you have the start date, comma, then date. In this case, let's put 11 months. Close. I think to take us to December. Press enter. So remember that it should have been module 2 where we actually looked at formatting. So if I do like this, I format like this, date, dash, month, dash, year. Meaning I'll have the date like it, 22nd January, just 26. I have something like this. If I do this, I say DD M like this, then I do like that for M's. So what you'll be able to see here, you'll see, I think 022 may not make sense. You'll see 01 dash 20, 26. If I come here and say DD dash, I put 4 M's here, dash year. All I'm saying there is 22 January. You can even have a dash like this, January. In full, then 26. So you should actually understand formatting. It's very key. Last time I told you that if you have 1 million, for example, and you want to format this, if I just in the formatting box, so I just type a comma, it means that what you'll be able to see, you'll be able to see 1 million there. If I type 2 commas, you'll only be able to see 1 here. Then I can truncate it. I would have truncated it and called it 1 million, whatever it is. I showed you that if you want to hide, you just put 3 semicolons. This is actually going to hide. So if I'm here now, I'll do like this. Control-1. Whatever I have there, I just put a comma. It hides 3 zeros, you have seen. If I put another comma, it hides 1 million. If I come here, I want to hide this. I would go to custom and put 3 semicolons. I always use this. I would have hidden that. It's still there, but I've hidden it anyway. Okay. You were taught about that. So now we need to format this date. So the shortcut you use is Control-1. Then it takes you to custom here. So this is what we are going to do. We'll type DD. You are seeing it has given us the day. If I type another D, actually this is why I made a mistake. If I type another D, it doesn't give you a 0. It actually gives you the day. Which day? Like this. If I type another one, it actually completes. So I made a mistake there. So I did this, dash, 3 M's, dash, 2 Ys. So this is what we have. So here, actually, it should give a specific day. I don't know if it's Friday. It should be Friday. The second. Okay. So this is what we wanted to do. End of month, you'll find that usually they run in 12 months, most of these projects, most of these financial models. But if there are timing issues, especially during construction, they will have a financial model that runs in months, then it runs in 6 months or quarterly or 6 months, semi-annual, then it runs annual. And I've seen financial models that run in months. It doesn't matter whether it's 30 years, what it runs in months, meaning that the margin of errors, or there are certain things that you don't want to miss, maybe it's on dates, on whatever, you don't want to miss it, because otherwise it will have a very strong bearing to your outputs. But eventually, all those have to be condensed into a month, into a year, then you're able to create the financials. So this end of month is very important. If, say, we want to go to end of month here, just in 1 month. So I'll do like this, I'll say, end of month, I want to maintain January, but I want it to take us to the last day of January. So I'll do like this and type 0 here. Take me to January. So we can format and be like this. So end of month as a function, it is actually a very important one. Then if I want to go month by month in here, so year by year, this is what you'll be able to see. To be end of month, that by 11 to take you to so yeah, I think to be by 12. So here, if it is by month, I'll just do like this and say end of month, get in there, comma, 0. Also, change the format. So I can push this, I don't know where, up to maybe there, and press Ctrl R. So I can have this. Okay. Did I do on this one? I think it's not moving. Pushed in a 0, should have pushed in a 1, sorry. And like this. And okay. Okay, so this is on end of month function. It is a very important date function in a financial model. Like I said, dates and time functions are very key, or they are actually a backbone to these financial models. We're on the 5th module. Hopefully on Wednesday, we'll go to the 6th. Saturday, we'll be finalizing on the 7th on how to handle errors. Then we'll go into project financial modeling. Then once we are done and I certify you that you're okay, then we'll then now go into using AI in financial modeling. Well, once you set things up, you can generate a very complex financial model within 10 minutes. But again, you need to be a guru to know, because AI makes sometimes juvenile errors. You need to go through and check that everything is okay. So you're still stuck with me. Me, it's a therapy. Sometimes I just get bored, So it's a therapy. Yeah. We then now go to precision time. Here, if you are working for an investment bank, say KfW, Proparco, FMO, and you miss it in terms of the modeling, in your model, you miss the time where you're not precise. We do these careless things like this. You have your annual interest there, you have your loan, and maybe the period, you have your loan, your period of amortization. Let's say amortization period, just for example, amortization period. So I always do this. If I'm not comfortable on whether I've spelled it correctly, I always press FN, F7. There's a dictionary. So it shows that things are actually okay. If I write, say, for example, where, like this, and you're not careful, and you're not comfortable whether you've done the correct thing, please, Excel has a dictionary. Press FN, F7, it will run through and it will show you where you've made a mistake. So it's showing that I should change. Then I'll change like this. So today, tell me, do you want to continue checking at the beginning? No, I don't want. I just wanted to do that. So don't stress yourself when you're writing things in Excel and you're making blunders in terms of spellings. Just press FN, F7, comma. So on amortization, I always get it wrong. So sometimes, at least today I got it right. So I will not mind. I'll write it in the way I feel like it is correct, even when it is not. Then I'll go to FN, F7 and be able to correct the error. So you have an amortization period, say, of maybe 7 years. I'm not going to use it, but I just want to show you. So the careless thing that we usually do, let's say you have the dates here. Let's say 31st, 12, 2027. Sorry. 31st, 12, 2027. Say you have, this is your debt. Then you're going to start amortizing. Let's take it to this side on the monthly basis. End of month, please do your end of month. EO month tab. Sorry, EO month tab. Pick that date there, the start date, comma, type 1, close bracket, and press enter. And press enter. And press enter. Then let's take it a bit up to V. Up to V. Okay. If you are done, so there is an important function in Excel. It is called year-franc. I would assume that it is year fraction because it gives you a fraction of the year. If, say, you are computing interest on a daily basis, you're in the business of share locking. Let's say today it is, yes, it is actually 9th February. Let me do this. February. So do like this. I'll say this plus 1 to take me to 10th. You know, Sherlock's, they charge per day. You borrow from them, just know that you are taking yourself to a very dangerous place in life. Most likely, you will start fantasizing about suicide. So don't go for Sherlocking. As much as I'm teaching you financial modeling, please do not go for Sherlocking. It is like an aviator, you know. I had an employee that I got from Lusaka and took him to the village to manage our animals there. That gentleman destroyed himself. He went into what they call Kandeke, it's an aviator, scrambling. You'd find him around 0203s outside and playing that. And he's always having accidents. And this man was over 54. So I used to tell him, but your friends, they are real pilots. You are busy flying that aviator. And it's always crashing, meaning it's crashing your life. So Sherlock's, they compute debt on a daily basis. So on a daily basis, advantage that at least it's daily, so you won't have problems in creating a fraction here. So for example, I can do this and say, yeah, Frank, it will give me a fraction in a year. I'll pick the start date. Oh, sorry, let me do this. Let me come here. There, yeah, Frank. I'll pick the start date, which is 9th February, comma, end date, this, comma, the basis we always put 1, please. It's actual, put 1, then press enter. This is a factor in a year, just for 1 day. You can see they are a bit different, slightly. No, they are the same. They can't be different. A day is a day. I was almost saying it's February. I wanted to just fight it wrongly. So you have this, just this much. So this is as good as saying 1 divided by, if in a year we have 365, you have something like this. So this function, it is a very important function, meaning that I can then now calculate interest, daily interest, times 10%, which is annual, times this factor there. So it shows that on a daily basis, if I get a loan of 100 million on a daily basis, this is what I'm paying the debt investors. This is what I'll be paying, 27,000. But if it is monthly, this is what I'll be paying. Ideally, if it is monthly, you expect lazy people to do like this, to say, this times 30, and calculate it in this way. Forgetting that months have different days, number of days. When there's a leap year, you have different number of days. So instead of doing that, or you say, because it is actually daily, others would say, I would pick this 10% and divide it by 365. This will be the percentage. Then compute my loan there, which is that number. But at least in a day, you have 24 hours, so you don't get any discrepancy. But it's actually a very wrong habit to use when you're looking at months. Because in months now, guys, let's go in there, go to go to P7 equals year franc, tab. What's the start date? It's 31st December 2027. What is the end date? It is 31st January 2028. The basis is 1. Close. Press enter. Please go to your separator here, because it's still picking a date format. Separator there, so that it gives you a factor. So I have something like this. So I can take it up to January. You will see that there are slightly different numbers, especially for February. Then the interest, this will be monthly interest. Here it was daily interest. So of this, 100 million there, I anchor it. You know how to anchor FN F4 by putting those dollar signs. Those who are not part of the class, please just follow module 1 up to module 4. You'll be able to get it right. Times 10%, I would anchor that, times the factor here. This will be a monthly. So this will be monthly interest. $27,000. It is daily. 849, 792, whatever. You can see there are differences here. So you cannot just say 10% divided by 12, because 10% is annual. Then you know that there are 12 months in a year. Then you divide by 12 to get per month. That would be just an average number. You could actually lose money by actually modeling things in that manner. But this is what you'd get. So per month, this one, say if it was 30 months, 30 days, or 31 days, you have something like this. Exactly this number. Yeah. So I thought you needed to have the year franc function in your toolbox, because that is very, very important. It's a function that you need in modeling. Certain functions, they are not needed. You don't even need to know them. But once now I'll be giving you these freebies of some kind. So from precision time, this is where you're trying to be very precise, because you know that there's money involved. Imagine the difference between January and February interest. Look at this. Over 50,000. And because you are very simplistic, you just divide by 12 and you lost 56,000. Or your company, your investment bank lost 57,000. They will not let you scot-free. Worst case scenario, you'll be in prison. Best case scenario, you'll be in your village, you'll be back to your village. Okay. So we go to shifting dates. Remember that end of month, E or month function, actually takes you up to the end of month. The E date, it takes you back to the day that you are applying your that is meaning that if it is 1st January, it will take you to that same day. Not the January, you can go to February, but it will always take you to 1st, unless you manipulate it inside. If it's 3rd, it will take you to 3rd. But the end of month, it will always take you to the last day of the month. So here, for example, today is what? I'm saying that is your date. So if I say equals E date, start date here, comma 1. It will take me to March, but it will be 9th March. That is what it would be. Let's go this side. So you find situations where in your model, it shows maybe 5 years of tax holiday. So 5 years where you're not going to pay in taxes. That has to be modeled. So how do you do it? Is by having this end of date, E date function. So in this case, we'll say equals E date. There it is. You pick the date there, comma, you have 5 years, it has to go to months, times 60 months. Meaning it takes you to 5 years. This is what you're going to have. I got made a mistake here. This is what I wanted was to get 60 months. So it will be 5 times 12. It gives you your 5 years. So that will be your tax holiday. So then you have that date where you know that by the end of 1st January 2033, 2033, sorry. After that, there is no tax holiday at all. You have to start paying tax and you have to model it. So there'll be scenarios like the tax holiday lasts for 5 years after the COD. So after COD, you count the last day of the 5th year. Then you start paying taxes. So this is under shifting dates. You are just using the E date. Nothing's changing up there. Okay. Here under the flag concept, remember that we looked at the flags already. You can find the thing on my YouTube channel. It's module 4. So you just go straight to my thing and it will take you direct to module 4 and you'll be able to see how we model these flags. It's either on or off. Or ones and zeros. So you have things like the construction phase, we call them construction flags. You have operational flags. So what happens is that, and these are the elements that when you're auditing a financial model, you look at, where you have one here, there you should actually expect that you are going to have what? If this is equals to 1, there it should be 0 or else to be 1. So this is what you're going to have. So if you have for 3 years, then you have 0, 0, 0s there. Please go to module 4, you'll be able to see how we create this. You have something like that. And you can have something like this. So I can create switches like that, where it's a 0. Instead of you seeing it as a 0, you actually see it as a no. Here I can change, usually they would say on, off, on, off. On is 1, off is 0. So I have something like this, then I'll say I change there. I'll type on with that comma. On, meaning that if it's a negative, as long as it's a number, it will give me an on. As long as it is a 0, it will give me off. So I have something like this. So these are the things that you see in models. They have created switches. They are called switches on or off, on and off. But ideally, they are flags. And I did actually explain this in details, in greater detail, in module 4. Guys, I also need to go home. That was the last part. You have the exercise here that you need to do. You don't need to send it to me because trust me, I'm very busy. So most likely I'll not be able to look at this. Consult amongst yourselves, especially the days that we do not meet. You need to meet and look at these exercises. By sending me a text on the issues, the things that you have learned, it will be very hard thing for me to even reply because, guys, I come here at the office here around 4 and I leave after 20. Then I go home, again, I have to do a bit of some working, see my 2 daughters, my wife for a few hours, then get back in my office up to midnight. Then 03:50, I wake up, start preparing to come here. But obviously, over lunch, I just sit in the office, lock myself up or in the car, and just take a nap a bit. So sending these exercises, I will not be able to see them. So please do a lot of cross-pollinations amongst yourselves. Ideas have to be exchanged. This is a bonus exercise to those that I think they are advanced students, they can do this. So thank you so much. Let me just check on the message. Sorry. So, as usual, I always ask for, this is a checkout period. How do I stop sharing? Since it's a checkout period, you can't just go to a hotel, spend 2, 3, 4 nights. At the time of checking out, you just leave. There could be some forms that you need to fill in, and this is what you're doing here. So we'll start with Mkonka. Kindly check out. Don't just walk past the receptionist. You need to check out.
Thank you, Coach. I was just about to check out quietly.
That's a walk of shame. Please just check out. Just come to the reception and sign some few documents with me.
No, it was an interesting class learning about the end of dates, the end of months, and how to come up with them. So it's easier to, as you try and create your financial models, as well as seeing the daily interest rates that can be generated. I didn't know about that, so this is all interesting for me. Yeah, so that's what I enjoyed about this class, just understanding these few things that you're able to take us through, and we'll definitely start sharing notes with one another so that we can ensure we put these things into practice.
Sure. Thanks, Mkonga. Raquel?
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Sir, you will fail for nothing. Yeah, I'm not your director. I'm just your coach.
I'm
If you
so
want, you can
sorry,
even
Coach. I
you
just
can even call
joined.
me Coach Kata. It's okay. That's what people used to call me when I used to train them when I was at Hard Dogs.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's nice to join this session. Though I was driving today, I just joined as I was driving because I just wanted to touch base. I'll find time to go through your YouTube channel and just catch up and see what is happening and settle in this session. Otherwise, thank you so much. And thanks to Mrs. Mainza for the invite.
You're most welcome. Advantage.
Evening, Coach Carter.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for today's session. I think it has been technical as usual. Master timelines have been, I think those are things that we didn't know, but now we are realizing the importance and also how to do them. I think I also picked up particularly the FN F7 a function where you basically just try to check your spellings, which is something that we've never, I think it has never clicked my mind that you can actually do that in Excel. I think it has really, it will go a long way actually. And obviously the two end of month and end of date, the difference, I think that also stood out. Thank you, Coach.
Well, thank you so much, Advantage. Thank you, team. I also need to rush to go home. I think it's almost 21. See you on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we'll be looking at module 6. Module 6 is basically on summations and lookups, basically summations and lookups. X lookup, V lookup, how you use them, H lookup, the mathematics around them, the science around them. That's, you know, I told you that Excel, when you open a dialog box, anything that you see in board is mandatory. That is grayed out. It's optional. You can decide to put 0 or 1, but you should know what it's going to give you. So thank you so much, please, and pass my warm regards to your family, and apologize on my behalf for keeping you this long. You should have been with your family, but you have just decided, or you decided to be with me. Heavily humbled, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, and drive safely.
Thank you.
Good night,
Thank you,
Coach.
Coach. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.